Hello and welcome in.
Please do not leave your luggage unattended on the station.
Welcome to the show.
Good morning on this beautiful, actually not so beautiful Thursday, August 8th. It's chilly out. It's rainy. The weather is turning a lot. I kind of like it. I have to say, it's not too hot anymore. It's Jay Boersma. So I'm going to be doing one show a week, usually on Wednesdays, but yesterday we had some stuff happening here in this studio, so Jesse did the show from home. So today, on Thursday, you get me, but from now on, every Wednesday, you'll see me here, right here, Jay Boersma, and look who is running the board. Jesse Montano, there he is. We switched roles. How cool is that? How fun is that? So good to have Jesse there. Familiar face for you guys. Look how happy he is to be sitting there without a microphone. There's a lot of sports I want to talk about. There's 3 more days of Olympics. Kind of sad that it's almost over. It's been a good Olympics, I think. In Japan and China, the Olympics were a little weird still because of COVID and because of the time difference. I didn't really see too much of it, but now we're getting a lot of this stuff from Paris, at least sort of in the afternoon from Paris. But 3 more days, kind of sad. But that does mean that there's a lot of other sports starting again soon. The big leagues, Dutch soccer starting tomorrow. But in all seriousness, we are exactly 2 months away from the NHL season. The Avalanche preseason starts in just over 6 weeks. September 23rd versus the Dallas Stars. The NBA has to wait a little bit longer, like 2.5 more weeks. But we're also getting closer to that. And of course, the NFL preseason this Sunday, the first game for the Broncos. Can't wait to see all of that. But let's talk about everything going on right now, starting with still the NFL. Big fines for the New York Giants and the Detroit Lions. Well, big fines. $200,000 for both teams for multiple fights during joint practices Monday and Tuesday. And I think we have a video here of Amon-Ra St. Brown and Kirby Joseph. You see them fighting here. It's just, for me, as I have to say, as a European watching soccer where none of this is ever allowed, it's so weird to see them fight over just dumb, weird, small stuff. And I think we should talk about it a little bit because it's very easy to say, well, this is part of the NFL, right? Fighting is part of it. It keeps the players sharp. But I'm thinking about all those kids sitting there at training camp, watching their heroes, their idols. We'll see it here again. Look, how childish is that? Like, those are professionals, right? Those are the biggest players on the biggest stage in the world of, I guess, American football is what they call it. But still, these are the best athletes in the country, the best paid athletes in the country. How can you tempt yourself to doing something as childish as that? And then you have kids sitting there. And I'm just thinking, those kids, those kids that are going to that training camp to see their idols, their heroes play, train, practice, they see them do this. What kind of message does that send? It tells the kids that fighting is okay. Fighting is fine. And you can do it for the simplest, dumbest reasons, and everyone cheers it on. Well, the NFL doesn't, because they fined both teams $200,000. That'll teach him. Well, I looked up the Lions' revenue, and I'm sure the Giants' revenue is kind of similar. In 2023, the Lions made $495 million. So I did the quick calculations. The average person in Colorado earns about $44,000 per year. That is probably even without tax taken off. If you do the math and the $200,000 fine that the Giants got, that would be equivalent to $17.60 for an average Coloradan. I mean, that's no more than just a slap on the wrist. It's like you want to find if you want to find teams for doing something you don't want them to do, find them something a little more significant. It kind of feels like the NFL doesn't care. Jesse talked about it earlier this week about a player sleeping in his car drunk, being like closing traffic, basically being in two different lanes. That was the 58th Vikings player that was arrested since 2000. And the Broncos aren't much better. They have 56 players who were arrested since 2000. Not in all of NFL. No, in one team, 58 and 56 players got arrested. And then what does the NFL do? Well, they can like sit these games down, 3 games. But you can choose which games. At the end of the season, start of the season, doesn't really matter. We're just happy you're here or something. So yeah, the NFL, they sent an email out a month ago to all teams. Please don't fight at joint practice camps. And then you see them fighting, and then you send a fine that says, well, please don't do that again. Please don't. Please, we don't want that. Thank you. Please. I don't know. It's funny how in the NFL, in probably like one of the strongest leagues, the leagues with the strongest players, the most physicality, the governing body is so soft. I don't know. It's just interesting. All right, moving on. I want to talk about Quincy Hall. It's the Olympics still. This face, Quincy Hall, this face won him a gold medal at the 400 meters yesterday. This was his face the last 100 meters. And you could hear the commentators talk about, well, that's not going to work. Oh, he looks tired. Oh, wait, what's going on? He's still going. He's still pushing. He is overtaking everyone. And he got the gold medal for the USA. Just unbelievable. I have a track friend who I was live texting with. He could not believe what he was seeing. Alex, if you're watching right now, I'm getting this information from you. He is a dog. He is a dog is what he said. And I believe it. Look at him. This face won him the 400 meters. And we can only show this photo because the Olympics are very, very strict with copyright. So we can't show you the full race. A little sad. But what I'm also always interested in is, like, how would a regular person do, right? It's always these talks during the Olympics of, like, let's have one regular person compete with those top athletes to see how good they really are. Well, I guess we will never see that. Until now. I went to a track field very close to my home to see how I would do at a 400 meters.
And all the way from the Netherlands, representing Guerilla Sports, it is Jay Boersma. You can see the determination in his eyes. I'm not sure why he has never proven himself on this big stage.
Ready, set, go.
And I'm off, starting pretty strong. No, my leg is not cramping up right away. I'm actually reaching for my phone to make sure the microphone is turned on.
Come on, let's go.
Yes, it is working.
I got this. How far am I? Not far. Fuck.
This is around the same moment where Hall turned on the turbo for his incredible finish. Meanwhile, I'm struggling to stay on my feet.
I started way too fast.
And this is when Hall crossed the finish line. I am about halfway.
I didn't think it was gonna be this hard. I can't do it.
But I'm doing it anyways. So proud of myself. With a time of 1 minute and 22 seconds, I set a new personal record.
That was so hard. I can't believe I wanted to do this. 43 seconds, are you crazy? So this is what the average person would do in a 400-meter run.
Yeah. What a goofball. Who let that guy run? Tell that guy to get into better shape, because that is no way to represent Guerrilla Sports. All right. So I did it in 1 minute and 22 seconds. Quincy Hall did it in 43 seconds and 4/10. Unbelievable. I beat double that. Like I got below 1 minute and 26 seconds. But still, this is incredible. And if you haven't seen it, the Peacock or NBC Olympics Twitter account and the Paris Olympic accounts, they are able to tweet the whole race and stuff. It is worth a watch because it's just phenomenal. And like I said, he's a dog. Moving on to more Olympics. 3x3 basketball. We're going to talk about the Netherlands a little bit. And I see you thinking, all right, this Dutch guy wants to talk about the Netherlands again. I'll get to the point of why this is important to you guys. The Netherlands won a gold medal at the 3-on-3 basketball. It's a new discipline in the Olympics. First introduced in Tokyo 2020, I guess 2021. Now in 2024, the Netherlands won gold in a crazy buzzer beater against France. And then you're wondering, wait, basketball? The Netherlands, France? Where is the USA? Well, they weren't too good. They won against France and in China in the group stage. France, the finalist, the silver medalist. But they lost against Serbia, against Poland, against Lithuania, against Latvia, and against the Netherlands 21-6. And if you're not familiar with 3-on-3 basketball, the games go until 21 points or 10 minutes long. 21-6 is a painful outcome of the game. So who is Team USA and why are they performing so badly at basketball? Well, the first guy is Jimmer Fredette. That is the big dog of the US 3-on-3 team. He played in the NBA, but his biggest accomplishment, probably winning the Euro League with Panathinaikos. Because, yeah, most of his time was spent in Europe playing basketball. He's a big guy. Then we move on to Kenyon Barry. He's from Colorado Springs, so we should root for him. He played in the G League for 2 years for the Iowa Wolves, and then, went to Europe. Didn't do too much. Biggest accomplishment probably being the son of Rick Barry, the Hall of Fame inductee. And if that's your biggest accomplishment, I don't know. Then we've got Dylan Travis. He's a special education teacher at a high school in Omaha, Nebraska. That's who he sent to the Olympics. His biggest accomplishment, he played in Australia in the second league, which is semi-professional. Yeah. Then we got Kareem Maddox. This is the last one because in 3-on-3 basketball, you have 4 players total. His biggest performance, biggest accomplishment, he played in the Netherlands for 1 year in a city that I lived in. I can tell you, basketball is not big in the Netherlands. Basketball players in the Netherlands doesn't mean too much. He played in Europe for 3 years. That's kind of it. So why can the US not bring a better team? Well, there's a reason why NBA players can't just join into this format of basketball, because they need to earn points playing 3-on-3 basketball tournaments, and those tournaments coincide with the NBA season a lot. So you're not going to send your players to like half 3-on-3 leagues just so they can compete in the Olympics. It just doesn't work. And the women's of the US 3-on-3 basketball are actually way better, mostly because the WNBA doesn't coincide too much with their schedule. And European leagues don't either. So that's how you have the best European teams still being able to compete in the 3-on-3 league. But is the Netherlands the best team out there? Someone disagrees. It's Ice Cube. Ice Cube, the owner of the Big 3 League, also a 3-on-3 league with different rules here in the US. He disagreed. He said multiple times that it was just kind of sad how the US was represented, and he told the gold medalist before he knew who was going to win the gold, come to our championship tournament in Boston, August 18. We will pay everything, all expenses paid. If you win the game against an all-star team from Big 3 players, you're going to win $150,000. So the Big 3, it's got a few different rules. It's played a little bit slower. Like I said, the 3-on-3 Olympic game is 10 minutes long. It's very intensive, very fast, very quick. Not a lot of scoring because you got 2-pointers and 1-pointers. In the Big 3, you have 4-pointers, 3-pointers, 2-pointers, and you play until 50 points, which is a very different game. And most of the players playing in that league are retired NBA players, accomplished players, players who have done a lot in the sport, players that are really, really good. I got to tell you, the Dutch team that won gold, Dutch people didn't even know who they were. And not just before the Olympics started. No, Dutch people didn't care about them until they reached the final. And they were like, wait, this is kind of fun. And now Worthy de Jong, the guy who scored the buzzer beater, is like a national hero. I followed him on Instagram. He's cool. But I didn't know him. They're not that good. So I guess Ice Cube could be right that that the Big 3 players are probably better than the Olympic gold medalists. I do have to say he could have worded it, phrased it a little bit differently. It kind of takes the shine from an Olympic gold medalist to then right away hear, well, you're not that good. You can't win against our team. Ice Cube also hates the fact that the NBA isn't supporting him. Ice Cube has a lot to say about how the system is set up to send players to the Olympics. But I would have taken a different time to say that. But the Dutch team in Dutch media said they're interested. They're trying to get in contact with Ice Cube to play that game. August 18 in Boston, Big 3 against the Olympic gold medalist, the Netherlands. We'll see who wins. I'm definitely going to follow this because I have to say I think the Big 3 all-star team is going to beat the shit out of the Netherlands. I hope they don't. I hope the Netherlands, I mean, these guys, they earned that money. Like, let them get that bread. I don't think they will. But it's still cool to see. So we'll see. All right, then, next story. Venue Sports? How do you say that, Jesse? Venue Sports. I'm not from here. I can say whatever I want. Venue Sports. If you want to watch all the sports for only $43 a month, this fall, you can start watching Venue Sports. It's a joint venture by Disney, Fox, and Warner Bros. And it would combine ESPN, Fox Sports, and TNT. Well, not if it's up to Bernie Sanders, Elizabeth Warren, and Joaquin Castro, because those senators feel like this could be violating antitrust laws and also telecommunications laws, because the company would be too big and it would disrupt the market too much. So yeah, they want to look into it to see if it's actually viable and if it doesn't break any laws. Jesse talked about it a little bit. He says it could be very interesting because you have YouTube TV now, which has a lot of stuff. It's like $72 a month. It's a lot of money. If you do this for almost half the money, with also a lot of sports, all ESPN, all Fox Sports, all TNT, could be very interesting. So now we have to see if it's actually going to happen. But what's interesting, if this goes to trial, if this goes to the I don't know, how do you say that? If they have to defend themselves in court, that's what it is. If they have to defend themselves in court, it's going to be a very interesting take they have to do, because Venue Sports doesn't have all sports. They can't have all NFL games because a lot of those games are, I have to check this, on different platforms, on different streaming platforms. So they don't have all NFL games. You probably heard about the drama between TNT and the NBA. TNT probably won't have any NBA games. So now they have to make the case in court that they're not that big, so not that important, not that interesting, so they could just keep doing what they're doing. But then they have to tell their new customers, no, but we are the big next thing with all the streaming you want for a good price. Well, which is it? Are you worth it, Venue Sports? Because if you are, you're probably not ever going to happen. And if you aren't, then why are you happening? It's going to be very interesting to follow. And I'd love to hear your thoughts now in the chat or later on Instagram, whatever. What do you think? Is Venue Sports going to be interesting if you can't watch the NBA, if you can only watch part of NFL games? Would you even want Venue Sports to happen? If it doesn't happen, it's going to be difficult for ESPN, Fox Sports, to even break into the streaming. They're big cable networks. That are trying to get a foothold in streaming. If this doesn't happen, it might never actually take off. And then it's very interesting to see what the future is of those companies. We'll see. All right, we got one more thing I want to talk about, and it is back to Olympics. Look at these people. We got a beautiful picture here. More gold medals for figure skating. The figure skating US team won gold yesterday. Or I guess they won gold 2.5 years ago, but they never got their medal. Why? Because one Russian figure skater, Kamila Valieva, she won gold, but then turned out she used performance-enhancing drugs. So she was taken off the books, but then this whole thing happened where they had to check if they had to check if the US then won gold, and when were they going to get the gold medal? It's like the ceremony had already happened. The Winter Olympics were over. What are you going to do? So I know I have friends working in Olympic figure skating in Colorado Springs. It's been a saga for 2.5 years trying to get these gold medalists their gold medal. Well, yesterday was finally that big day. And I have to say, they had 13,000 people cheering for them. And we have another picture with Japan next to it, who became the silver medalist. Russia still won bronze because one of their teammates got their points scrapped. So they still ended up third. But obviously, Russia is not in Paris right now. We all know why, I think. So it was the USA and Japan who could celebrate their gold and their silver medal in front of 13,000 people in front of the Eiffel Tower. It's different than China, where everything was locked up because of COVID in 2022. I hate that it took them 2.5 years to get the medal, but I'm very happy that they got it this way. It's really cool, right? Can I see the other picture again, Jesse? I mean, look at they don't stand out, or they fit in there. It's like they won their gold medal there. They belong there. They haven't done anything for 2.5 years, but it's cool to see them have their medal moment in front of the Eiffel Tower. A little bit jealous even. Well, that was all I wanted to talk about. One more thing, the medal table. We got the top 15 here, but let's start at number 9, because who do we see there? The Netherlands. Small country, big athletes. Number 9, 22 medals, 10 gold medals. I'm actually trying to just delay the moment where I have to talk about the fact that the US is not number 1 anymore in gold medals, that is. The People's Republic of China overtook the US again overnight, I guess, here. 28 gold medals, a lot of them in diving. 5-0 for gold medals, I've heard. So the US is number 2 with 27 gold medals. 95 medals overall, though. Still way more than any other country. We have 3 more days. Some big things coming up. The marathon. I'm very excited about that. The US women's soccer team on Saturday is going to play their gold medal game. And the next few days, we still have bouldering. And we have 3 Coloradans competing for gold. Obviously, from Boulder, most of them. Bouldering, Boulder, funny. So yeah, there's Jesse. I want to see Jesse. Where's Jesse? Hey! That is all we have for you guys today. Thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to tune in to the women's soccer. Exactly. We have a lot of gold medalists. I forgot to mention, we had 2 gold medalists from Colorado yesterday. Emma Weber won the women's 4x100 relay in swimming. And Valeria Allman, who took her place in the discus world yet again with the gold medal. Now we have those boulderers from Boulder, three of them competing in the next few days. And we have the women's soccer team with 3 Coloradans trying to get gold. This could be a really good Olympics for Colorado. And I'm so proud to be here. Thank you guys so much for watching. Jesse running the board, me here for you guys. I'll be back next Wednesday, but you'll see me where Jesse is right now, a lot of times in between now and then. We have 12 o'clock. We have Dumb Jock with Nate Jackson. So make sure to tune in then. Thank you guys so much for watching. Have a great day.